I just remember the walk to school, and I'm like, someone's gonna see me. Someone's gonna see me. Some of my friends are gonna see me. What if Jarvis sees me? What if Anthony sees me? How am I gonna hide my jizz pants? And like, I'm freaking out.
How am I gonna hide my jizz pants?
Please, someone describe to me what we're watching.
I'm not watching that.
That was racist.
Hello, everyone, and this is Happy Fun Time Recording Hour, or how I like to call it, Friends Partying in Hell, with my good bud Anthony. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. How about you?
Too much energy?
Opening.
Too much energy? Too much energy?
I love it. It brought me right up. Oh, I love it.
Okay. It is St. Patty's Day, as of this recording, as of right now. But I'm not having a drink, so I'm trying to elevate my energy in other ways. Okay, I'm trying to focus in and bring out the good drunk vibes without having a drop of beer. Okay, and only because I was really hungover this weekend and I was like dying on Sunday. Like, it was too much.
This weekend?
Oh yeah. I was. I went to I had a really long work week. It was like really just shitty, and Saturday was like my day off. And it was like an early morning. It was like a 1 p.m. soccer game. And I got wrecked, man. I got wrecked.
Hell yeah.
Beer was free.
Free beer? Where they do that?
So I have season tickets. It's like a thing or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. And so beers were free that day for me. And I kind of took took advantage of it like a lot. Like, I was coming back. I was going into this little the lounge, like this little VIP lounge thing where you get food and beer or whatever. And I was coming out that bitch with like 2 tall boys like in my pocket and 2 in my hand. Like, and I did that run like 3 times. And yeah. So I was
That's
screaming.
a man that knows the value of a free beer right there.
Yes. That's just like $14 a beer, man. $14 a beer on the market. And with inflation, that's like literally like $18 a beer, I think.
There you go.
If I know my math. If I carry the one. Yeah, so
you carried the 4.
I carried the 4
beers at a time. That's what you did.
Yeah. So I enjoyed the shit out of that. But yeah, dude, it was a crazy week. A lot of work. I also joined a softball league.
Oh,
an adult softball league, and we went to practice on Monday last week, and I was like sore all week because I was doing a lot of like squatting, hitting the glove into the dirt, catching these out. What do you call them balls? Like them ground balls.
Ground balls, baby.
Yeah. I mean, it's
ground ball day.
Yes, it's softball, but these motherfuckers are sure hitting it as hard as they can and throwing it as hard as they can. Is
it a very different game from what we used to play as kids? Is that what you're saying?
It's grown men throwing the ball, man.
Just kicking balls at your face.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Not kicking, throwing the ball. They were fucking just.
Oh, it's dodgeball. I'm sorry. I meant my softball. I'm sorry. I was thinking kickball for some reason.
No.
I think because you said soccer earlier, and then
it's a bigger ball, man. So they're flinging that thing. Like,
holy shit!
Yeah, it's intense. There's like a couple cops on the team, which whatever. Fun. We'll see how that goes. But
well, I mean, you might make a friend on the force. That could be good for you.
That could be
real good for you. Yeah. For me. Yeah, for you personally. I don't know about anybody else in your circle.
So I did that and stuff. So that was my week. How was your week?
It was not nearly as eventful. I sat on my computer for, I don't know, 10, 12 hours a day. And then I dragged myself to bed every day this week. But we're going through fine. I don't have a lot going on, but I have a lot on my plate.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So,
well,
I kind of need to know more about the softball thing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Ask away. You can cut this out, but what prompted you to join a softball league?
So
is it because I was ripping on your shoes last week and you're like, I got all these fucking tennis shoes. I need something to do with them?
No. It's funny because excuse me. Oh my god. So I was having literally, it was like a couple weeks ago, and I was just like really just like like I've been working so much and stuff, and I'm not like active and shit. So I'm like I was feeling really fat and gross, and I was just like, ugh, like I wish I could. I need to motivate myself and be active and stuff. Literally that day, I got a call from like one of my brother's friends, and he's like, "Hey, we're doing a softball league thing. Do you want to join?" And I just said, "Yeah." Like I didn't even think it. I was like, "I'm not good at it. Never played baseball. Just thought in my life,
Fuck it.
I'll try it or whatever." And that was it. That was literally as far as my thing went. But then I went to go get cleats. I got a glove. Like I had to beat the
Nice.
glove in and stuff, and I steamed it. Like I was doing a bunch of baseball things. It was pretty funny.
Like the night before you were getting ready for baseball practice.
Yeah. Hammer it in. Hammer it in. Yeah, and then I went to, and then we had our first practice, and yeah, I mean they were like whipping that ball like out of here. You know what I mean? Some of the dudes there have played baseball like in high school or college or something, so they knew what's up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you know, I'm a fucking whatever. So it'll be interesting and fun. We'll see.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to like contact your brother or somebody to go record that first game.
He's on the team too.
Your brother's on the team too. I should have. Well, I should have known that. I should have known that. Your brother's very active. Very active young
we'll
man.
Sponsor the team.
Right, so, yeah, we never say like okay, cool. Let's sponsor the team. And we get a cameraman. We set up a cameraman out there. We gotta get that. That's all I want. I don't care about sponsorship. I just want to see your first game. I want to sit down and watch your first game. And I think a lot of our viewers might be interested in that too. At least when you go up to bat, so we can like, hey, it's like a little league game that we can watch from our homes.
I'll see who I can get to record that. That'll be funny.
That would be great.
But yeah, dude, yeah, that's been the week for me and the week for you and stuff. Are you ready to get into the topics of the week?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So Jussie Smollett is going to jail for that stupid shit he did.
Shit, he is?
Yeah, he finally went to jail.
What's his sentence? Do you know?
Yeah, I could look that up for you real quick. He's going.
Please do.
Juicy Smollett jail time.
It's bullshit, man.
Why?
It's bullshit. I'm just saying. I said this once. I say it again, man. I feel like there's a lot of non-black and non-people of color that do the same things to people of color. They don't get arrested for it. There's been people calling police on people of color for a long time and saying that they've been doing all kinds of crazy shit. And what happens? You get shot in the face for being innocent in this white lady's fucking purview. Yeah. Like for being in her line of sight, you get shot. Meanwhile, Jussie Smollett does it once. I know it was wrong. But the sins of your father should have let that shit slide, bro. Let it slide.
He's getting 150 days in jail. So
150 days. He shouldn't do a single fucking day of jail time. He should lose his job and that's it. Get back to it, young man. Like,
I
hustle.
agree.
I just think that yes, it was wrong. I am not trying to say that it was totally wrong, but it also happened in the middle of Barbecue Becky and fucking what was the other one?
That one bitch that he was yelling at this dude for walking his dog and a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It happened like that was in the midst of the lady that was yelling at the little kid selling waters outside of her place. Like these are all people that were calling the police and reporting fake fucking crimes. They did the same thing.
Yes.
So
literally,
no jail time is all I'm saying. He shouldn't have got any jail time.
You're right.
That was good enough.
There's also
I don't know if I'm right. I'm definitely passionate about it though.
Ryan Coogler, who directed Black Panther, got arrested for taking money out of his bank because he looked like a robber. Have you heard about this one? If we're going this like black people in the news trend right now, have you heard about this?
I mean, no.
He went to the bank and he was going to take out $12,000. But he wrote on a piece of paper, "Can you not take out the money and count it out front? Can you count it out back?" So the lady thought that was weird and thought he was a bank robber, even though it's his account and his ID and all whatever the fuck he gave her, which doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. And then the cops came in and arrested him because they thought he was robbing the bank.
That's ridiculous. So see, I mean, is that bank teller gonna get 150 days? She get 150 days for reporting that bullshit? Huh? Instead of doing her fucking job?
Good point, man.
Dude, you
got it.
Point. This dude, Ryan Coogler, that's a VIP fucking client at any bank he walks into, and you gonna tell me you had to he's never once asked, hey, I'm gonna make a very large withdrawal today. Can you please not count this out loud so I get a target on my back when I walk outside? That never happened before.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing happened to her. Because
of course not.
Because the bank, number one, is probably not going to release her. They're not going to release her name because it's going to be the bank already looks bad, so she'll probably get a little slap on the wrist and nothing. But see, you're right, because if that would have ended up crazy, he would have been shot or some wild shit over like
could have been some crazy shit. Like that's not cool, man. I'm just saying, bro. You got to lead by example. That's all.
So look, all right. So so.
There's precedent for this shit.
Is the Jussie Smollett thing not as bad because he did it to himself, right? As opposed to someone else doing it to someone else purposely, trying to seek harm for that other person because you think they're doing an actual crime.
Okay, what Jussie Smollett did was very dumb. And he should, like you said, he should be reprimanded. But I think losing your job in that situation is about all it's gonna take. Like the kids that he was calling out and shit like that, maybe write them a check. Yeah, maybe he should have to deal with some kind of like punitive damages or some shit like that. Yes. That's one thing. But to give him 150 days in jail for basically crying wolf, like I don't know, that's weird. It's weird to me. That it feels like he's being made an example of, right? Like, oh, stay in your place. That's not something you're supposed to do. You weren't supposed to do that kind of situation. And so 150 days might not sound a lot to me or you, but Jussie Smollett, a pretty young man, dog. Like, I would not like to go to jail for even an hour if I look like Jussie Smollett, bro. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to add that shit.
What's that? Someone out there has done that like stupid gay stereotype. Was like, well, he's gay, so he'll like it. he'll like going to jail. See, the problem with that logic is nobody likes sex being forced upon them. Is the thing. Like, I don't care what you're into, dog. Like, some white racist guy's like, well, at least he's going to a place he's going to enjoy.
He's going to enjoy it, therefore it's going to be a fucking vacation for 150 days for him. Like, okay, dude. All right. I mean, ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but. So Ryan Coogler got arrested, which is fucked, because, man, I'm going to get that good lawyer and get that good money off Bank of America.
That bank getting sued the fuck. But then you know what they're going to do? The bank going to just turn around and be like, no, we fired her, so if you want your money, if you want to sue somebody, you got to sue her personally. The bank's not taking any liability for that shit.
Yeah.
So then now Ryan Coogler's in a bad position, right? He's like, oh, I sue this poor $16 an hour worker.
Black people just can't get a fucking foothold in
can't get a break, or I swallow the fucking injustice that she subjected me to. Like, it sucks. It's a no-win situation, dog.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Jussie Smollett get 150 days in jail. That's all I'm saying, bro. I don't get it. I don't get that kind of shit.
Oh my god. So next, Pete Davidson's text messages to Kanye West were revealed. Do you want me to read them to you? Have you seen these?
Yes, please. Okay. I know I have it. I'm Team Pete all day, though, so
okay. So
hopefully
everyone knows, obviously you know too, that like Kanye's been like outright like talking mad shit about him. Pete, you know what I mean?
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete. Is this big? Is this big enough for you? Can you read this?
It's big enough for me, baby. No, I can't though.
You can't?
There we go. That's good. I like that.
This right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone knows that he's been obviously made a fucking music video, like cutting his head off and like all this crazy shit. He's been very uncool about the relationship with his ex-wife.
Very uncool about the whole thing.
Very not cool.
Very not cool about the whole thing.
Very not cool. So I'll read you the message here for the people who are listening, but the people who are watching this can see the actual text itself. So this is blue. Blue is Pete, and then the gray is Kanye. So he introduces himself as Yo, it's Skeet. So offhand, he's already taking the power away from Kanye by making fun of himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a king.
Cool. That's what a cool guy would do.
So can you please take a second and calm down? It's 8 a.m. and it don't really gotta be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing, and you're so fucking lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not gonna let you treat us this way anymore. I'm done being quiet. Grow the fuck up. So then Kanye writes back, "Oh, you're using profanity. Where are you right now?" And he writes back, "In bed with your wife," and takes a picture of it right here. So you could see in the next slide. That's him.
Oh. Pistol Pete, let's go! Pew 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 pew! Yes, that boy threw the deuces and the tongue out. Normally those are douchebag moves, but when you're doing them against Kanye, I'm here for it, bro. Let's go.
So Kanye writes, "Happy to see you're out of the hospital and rehab," as like a dig to him. And he goes, "Same here. It's wonders what those places do when you get help. You should try it. I'm in LA for the day if you want to stop being a little internet bitch boy and talk. You don't scare me, bro. Your actions are so pussy and embarrassing. It's so sad to watch you ruin your legacy on the daily." And then Kanye writes, "You're more than welcome to come to Sunday service." And then Pete writes back, why don't we meet after Sunday service and Saints game? I'll be at the BHH. We can have food and talk it out in my room, privately, one-on-one, man-to-man. What you're doing is dangerous. To your family is dangerous and going to scar them for life. Please handle these matters privately, bro. I beg you. You want to see me? Come to Sunday service, Kanye replies. He writes, "This isn't public, dude. I'm not here for pictures and press, which is obviously all you care about. My offer stands. I wish you'd man up for once in your life. Let me help you, man. I struggle with mental stuff too. It's not an easy journey. You don't have to feel this way anymore. There's no shame in having a little help. You'll be so happy and at peace. You have no idea how nice I've been to you despite your actions towards me. I stopped SNL from talking about you or making fun of you, which they wanted to do for months. I've stopped stand-up comedians from doing bits about you because I don't want the father of my girl's kids to look bad out there. I have your back even though you treat me like shit because I want everything to be smooth. But if you continue to press me like you have for the past 6 months, I'm going to stop being nice." And that was the back and forth between those two gentlemen.
I mean, between that gentleman and Kanye West.
Yeah,
because I mean, what more can you say that Pete didn't already say, bro? Like, seriously, what more can you say to Kanye? That man really came in there and said, "Look, man," he said, that's the best part. And then he said, "Yo, it's 8 a.m. Did you calm the fuck down?" Yo, Kanye wake up on that bullshit, bro. Kanye wake up every morning and choose violence, dog.
That is manic, bro. That is manic energy, bro.
That's fucking crazy.
I don't get activated till about noon.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I'm a zombie. I'm a zombie before like 10:30, 11, bro. Like, I may be up, but I'm not pushing nobody's buttons. I'm not getting no cease and desist texts. Like, come on, bro, what you doing? Like, this nigga, Pete was literally still in bed. Kanye out there being crazy, bro. Like, what are you doing? I'm trying to have sex with your wife if you'll let me. If you stop fucking texting, bro.
What's crazy is that you can see someone as powerful and as rich as like him and still have like sorry bum dude problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't mean shit. Like, it doesn't mean anything. She still can't stop his ass from being in, like, any dude. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, that shit is terrifying because Kanye's not even being funny or being petty or any of those kinds of things, because that could be funny. But it's more like just sad and pathetic because it's just like, it just sounds and it looks like, so. Move on? Yeah. It's just so. Move on, he's so. Oh, did I tell you how I saw his fucking documentary on Netflix?
And that Jesus, what is it called? Jesus?
Man, it's Genius.
That's what it's called. Yeah. And you already did the Jesus pun.
Yeah, and it's so heartbreaking to me personally because you see this dude like, I've never seen this footage ever in my life. Like, it's just literally at the beginnings of him trying to like make it and hustling and just doing the most and doing the best he can, and then seeing him succeed and just how cool that experience was for me at that time. And like listening to his mixtape before his album dropped, like just this dude's gonna be fucking great. And then that coming to fruition and being like, yeah, this dude's fucking amazing. And then this, and then all of this, and then it's just like, oh man, like definitely don't have any idols, man. Just don't have them because they're gonna do this kind of shit, man.
You can't, bro. Because you know what? Because we're all fucking human. And
Yes,
if you've ever spent 5 minutes being embarrassed about some shit you did, imagine what people with money get away with on a daily basis. Imagine what people with famous celebrity where people don't tell them no. So yeah, don't idolize nobody. Hate everyone, including yourself. That's my motto. That's how I go through.
I like that. I like how that sounds in my ear.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
No, but it's
Can't
true.
Be disappointed.
It's true. It's true. Like you really can't. Like I mean, I was a kid, so like of course you're gonna have your idols and stuff.
Yes.
But like
you're
I'm fucking grown now. And I'm like, oh man, you've been whacked for a really long time now, dude. Like, and I know that. Like, and it's just like, man, I don't ever want to be like that, bro. Because it's sad.
Look, man, I can like your work. I can like the things that you do, the things that you create. But you'll never find me being like, oh my god, this person is. I don't have the posters on my wall anymore. You know, like you said, we're grown. We're adults. Like, because you ain't finna hurt me, motherfucker. I'm not about to be sitting around crying about no grown ass man. Never. I'm too old for that shit now. I think I was stone cold when Betty White died. I was like, yeah, fuck, I made it. No more feelings. They're all gone. They're all gone, bro.
Dude, so I don't know, man. So that's pretty yeah, bro. Like how long do you need it? How long is your patience? Someone fucking with you constantly, right? That you're just like, hey, bro, like I'm done now. Like, plus, I mean, just me personally, like if I were to have beef with like a celebrity or something like that, Kanye would not be at the top of the list of motherfuckers I'm scared of. Like physically or anywise, you know, maybe because he's got money and shit like that, and maybe he can do other things.
But if you're in a Pete Davidson position where you also have money that you can do things as well, like no, it ain't all right. Like and also too like the really, I think the really important part for Kanye to recognize is that yes, Kanye, you do have a platform, but so does Pete, and Pete's platform is strictly comedy focused. Do you really want to be the butt of Pete Davidson's jokes, bro?
No, that's dangerous territory. You're
that's super dangerous. You can't go toe to toe with Pete on that, Kanye. What you gonna make another diss track? Like you're already losing fans by the second, bro. Like you're losing people. People are you're starting to pull back from your side of the conversation, and then you want to hand Pete the mic.
Yeah. You can't battle a comedian. That's their life. Like you could maybe another rapper. You could like do it with get in with Drake again.
Sure, yeah. Your little punchlines and all your little fun little digs and stuff in the bars. That shit is not going to translate well to an hour-long set of straight fire, bro. Like, just straight. He's beating the shit out of you with his words.
He's going to do something on SNL. Guaranteed. He's going to do something on SNL. It's going to go viral. It's going to go viral. And Kanye's going to lose his goddamn mind for the 10th time.
I don't say this often. This is a one time I will allow it. I'd be here for blackface if he did it. If he wanted to do the Kanye thing himself, I'm cool with that, bro. Like, Kanye already said slavery was a choice. He clearly won't be offended by that. Get him.
Well, I can't wait to see. But and to go on with this trend, this Kanye, Kardashian, Pete Davidson trend. Have you heard this advice that she gave to women out there that are trying to make it in this world? It's advice for poor people. Have you heard this?
Yeah, I saw that. I only saw it though because David Cross, or I saw his response to it. That's how I know.
Well, so it's been making the rounds because of some dumb shit she said, and just hear this again.
Mm-hmm. Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. You have to surround yourself with people that want to work. have a good work environment where everyone loves what they do because you're
Hey, hold on, man. Just stop real quick. You see how many times she said you have to get up and work without going into any depth? That's because she don't know what the fuck work is. She don't know what work entails. She doesn't know what that means. She just said you have to get up and go to work. She doesn't give you any practical tips on how you should put yourself in the position to, I don't know, maybe wake up earlier, maybe put some time of your day away to dedicate to a passion project, so that even though you're wage slaving over here, at the end of the night, you put away an hour or two every night to get your dream, because you're not just working for them now, you're working for you. She ain't giving no practical information. She's just like, get up and work. Get up and work.
The reason why it's so tone deaf, because
she's been rich her whole life.
Okay, that's one. That the obvious,
Yeah.
right? Because she's been rich her whole life. But another reason why it's so tone deaf is because a lot of this, like this empty advice, obviously, comes at a time where everyone's having hardship, like just the reality of the world right now. Like there's no middle class. There's all this weird shit going on that the ground feels shaky. Yep. And then you have some fucking
motherfuckers striking, people trying to get better conditions at their fucking job.
You have someone that's literally saying, "Let them eat cake." You know what I mean? And of course, that's not gonna it's never gonna fucking sit well with anyone. You know what I mean? That's never gonna sit well with anyone.
You know what I'm starting to think, man? I'm starting to think that Kim Kardashian learned everything she needed to learn from Kanye and then bounced. And that's what happened. Because you notice how every time Kim K has said something recently, and when I say recently, I mean like within the last 5 years or so, it's controversial to a point where she gets talked about, not as far as Kanye, but it's controversial to a point where she makes the news because of it. And then she fades it back. She goes and does some shit. She goes and talks to the fucking Donald Trump and tries to get black people out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Like she straddles that fucking line. Yeah. She knows what she's picked that up from Kanye. And then she moved on and whatever. But it just reminds me of when, right after COVID, when she was like her birthday party or whatever she did, she went off and then started talking. Yeah. And be like, oh, it's just so good to get away and de-stress. Like, what? Like, this is the same conversation we're having with her. Yeah. Is what? That's so tone deaf. So, why are you the spokesman?
Well, so just to give you an idea of what work means. I don't know her. I don't know. Maybe she did mean well. Maybe she was like, you know what? Like maybe she meant working. Yeah,
maybe I jumped the gun.
Maybe you jumped the gun, Anthony. Maybe you jumped the gun. So I'm gonna read you an actual job listing at their company. Okay. So Kim wants you guys to get up and work, and I'm gonna give you a couple of job postings. These are 2 job postings, and I'm gonna give you the requirements. Okay. So this is number 1. I'm gonna share this with you real quick. So tell me if you could read this. Can you see this? Is this wide?
That's why. Baby.
Okay. So this is job number 1. This is an intern. Okay. Intern talent management. This is for Gender Communications in Calabasas, California. So I don't know if anyone knows what an intern is here, but that's fucking free labor. Okay. That's not a job. That's a fucking you're a volunteer. Yes. And usually it's a school thing.
Very clear.
Yeah. Who we are. A successful talent management company who works with high-profile reality TV stars. Who you are, an active, capital letters, college student. You must, capital letters, be a current student, as this internship is solely to gain experience or receiving school credit. Someone who has an interest in learning about the entertainment industry. Dependable, fast-thinking with fresh ideas. Highly organized with great personal skills. Must be local to the LA area. What they offer you is an internship. This internship is unpaid, but we do offer school credit. You must be enrolled in school and must be able to provide the necessary paperwork required. Useful on-the-job experience. The ability to work alongside professional staff both independently and collaboratively. What you'll be doing: general office tasks and organization, pickup drops off to various vendors, personal errands for client and family. You will work under the personal assistant. So when she means get a job, she means come do free shit for us just so you can get the pleasure of saying that you fucking were working here. Now this is the second job. This is an intern again, but this is a runner. Okay, and I know this word very well from living in Los Angeles. A runner is a part-time unpaid internship looking for a longer term intern. So not only do they want you to work part-time, but they also want to hopefully get you for the long run and pay you free, make you work for free for the longer
that
period
doesn't
of
make
time.
sense, right? Right there, it says in capital letters, must be currently enrolled in school, but they're also looking for a long-term interim,
Right.
They just want to just suck your time.
Yeah. So your jobs would be running errands, organizing donation tally, helping with kids, playroom, motorized cars, etc., grocery shopping, helping with dog, looking for 3 days, Monday, Wednesday through Friday.
Look, man, there's no doubt in my mind that is a very attractive job offer for some people.
Sure, yeah, could be.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure, like, come on, like, if you want to get into reality TV, you want to break into the industry, rubbing elbows with a high-profile celebrity sounds like a really cool position to be in. And kudos, I guess, to them for hiring two of them. For trying to bring in two free laborers, I guess. But
I don't know. I'm torn with that shit too because I was an intern.
Yeah.
But it's also shit. It's not like good either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not.
I'm not like the type of person who's like, just because I went through something shit, everyone else should.
No, of course. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck them. Fuck them for like exploiting people. Like, of course, it's easy to work your ass off and make money when you exploit everyone.
When you're not paying anybody. Yeah, right? Oh,
yeah.
So get up and work, but, don't expect to be compensated
bitch,
for it.
You think that bitch ever worked for free? No.
Absolutely not. Not a day in her life.
Okay.
That's even all the way back to that Ray J sex tape, bro. All that shit was paid for. All that shit come in. Guarantee it, bro. Guarantee it.
Damn right. You're damn right, Anthony.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know, man. It seems weird that she would put herself in the middle of these controversies, and literally at a time where people are saying, hey, like, it's the narrative is what, right? The narrative is nobody wants to work anymore. And what we're saying as a collective group of skilled laborers, we're saying, hey, maybe we would work for you if you paid us more. And then she had the gall to come out and literally drop that same phrase.
Yeah.
That same phrase. People don't want to work anymore. It just seems too calculated. It just seems too much like, hey, I need a scandal, but like a soft scandal to get my name out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, right? Like, I'm not trying to do the Kanye thing.
So why don't we do that so we can do the same thing? Like, let's create our own little scandal, and then, I don't know, why not just start with that you hate gays or something?
That's not a soft scandal, bro. That's jumping into the
work
deep
with
end of
me
scandal.
Here. Work with me here.
I'm not working with that, bro. I'm not, absolutely not. What's the middle of I hate gays?
Jarvis hates gays.
Don't do that because he's not here to defend himself.
I'm trying to get you guys famous over here. You're not fucking. You're not helping here, all right? Fuck. Do I need to go get an intern to help us out?
I think we might need an intern so we could create a soft scandal around them. So if anybody's listening right now and they would like to work with the Friends Party Hell Studios, we are offering an unpaid internship, must be enrolled in school.
And maybe homophobic. I don't know. Maybe.
That's up to you. You bring that to the table if you want to. It'll give us something to work with. It'll give us something to work with, but sure, we'll get there in the end, right? We're going to get there anyway.
No, it's really fucked up. But the idea of like really like ruining Jarvis's like
just to try to get famous. And bro, and you know the really shitty part about it is like we might be doing it to get famous, but I'd be happy with like an uptick of like 10 followers. That is good. Oh,
Okay, but for real, this is a gay friend. This is a pro gay podcast.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
I didn't have to want to say it if no one believes that we are, but we're super gay here, all right? We're super gay on this
Yeah,
podcast.
no, I'm like, I don't know. Ask Jarvis. I'm like one hot dog away from sucking an actual dick. Like,
Well, he's
yeah.
not. He's
So,
definitely not one hot dog away from sucking a dick.
oh no, Jarvis is strictly a beef taco guy. He likes his tacos. No hot dogs for him. You can't even like trick him and put a hot dog in a taco shell. Jarvis is like, no, get that out of my face.
Listen,
you can't buy me drinks. You can't trick me. You couple of hot dog tacos.
No one believes me. No one believes me. But when we've gone to barbecues or whatever the hell it is, or whenever we gone to like kind of that kind of typical backyard kind of like cookout kind of thing, he eats his hot dog sideways, and it's just, I just want to put it out there. That's what he does. I think it's hilarious. It's hilarious that he does it. Okay, don't believe me.
I'm sorry, I
don't.
Can't.
All right, that's fine.
No
one does. No one does. I know, but it's hilarious
because I've never actually seen him eat a hot dog. Though that's the thing. I don't doubt that he would. I just don't believe he eats hot dogs. Period. I just don't believe he eats hot dogs.
Well, I've seen it, buddy. I've seen it, and he goes like this. Sideways.
Does he try to hide it? Does he try to hide it? Like, does he turn his head to? He eats it like a corn on the cob.
Hopefully, this upticks our viewership.
I think what would do it is
this little hot dog eating scandal.
This is our scandal. Our hot dog. Jarvis has an agenda against hot dogs. It would be so great if he would come on here and just eat a hot dog for us.
I'd pay to see that. I'd pay him to see that. If he would name a price, I'd probably pay it. As long as it's reasonable. As long as it's fucking reasonable.
Yeah. As long as I have it in my bank account, I will give it to him. And I won't say anything. I'll put my mic on mute. And I just want you to eat the whole hot dog while looking into the camera, bro. Jarvis, that's my offer, bro. That's my offer.
Eat a hot dog, bro.
Dog.
Eat a hot dog.
Eat a hot dog on camera. Make some cash. Make some quick cash, bro. Come on.
Yeah. That's so funny. Woo! All right. Well, I think it's time for a story.
It's story time with friends partying in hell.
All right. I got nervous. My eyes started watering now. I feel. I don't know. This is a weird. I tried telling the story before, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm gonna try again. But if I don't, we default to your story.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, this story is basically it's a story of my. See, it's okay. I'm gonna say this is for me. I'm not kink shaming anybody, so please don't come at me with that bullshit. All right, this is just the weirdest sexual encounter I've ever had. I'm not saying that person's weird. It's just the weirdest that I've had.
Okay.
So this takes me all the way back to middle school. I was very young. I did not know what sex was, or I did not know how. I knew what sex was. I didn't know the anatomy of it all, right? Like I didn't realize that. Mm-hmm. And my family moved to Mississippi. And when I moved to Mississippi, there was this girl. She was a cheerleader. She was adorable. And I was a skinny fucking nerd. And so didn't think I had any chance with this chick. She was gorgeous, and I would do creepy things like, hang around and, when I see her at lunch, be like, hi, and yeah, just trying to make myself be noticed in her eyes. Mm-hmm. And so when I finally did get noticed, it was because I tried out for the basketball team. When I tried out for the basketball team, she came over to say what's up and be like, oh, you're pretty good and all that stuff. We started talking, and then we had a gym class together. So after that, gym class, she would always come over and we talk. And I finally, after about half a year, honestly, I finally got up the nerve to ask her out. But this is, very, very early in life. So I wasn't hey, let's go to the movies or anything like that. I was just, it was just, do you want to be my girlfriend kind of situation. I think I did it on Valentine's Day, actually. No, that's a different story. I did ask her out on Valentine's Day previous to this. Not only did she shut me down, she told everybody in class, and I was a laughing stock, and it sucked. It sucked so bad. But I didn't give up. I know she was a cheerleader and she liked basketball, so then I tried out for basketball. That worked, and we got in communication. So we start dating for a little bit. Dating, which is basically just walking around campus and holding hands, or walking around school and holding hands. And after a little while, she's like, all right, let me back up a little bit. Now, my older cousin, this girl was a year older than me, by the way. She was a grade above me. Okay. My older cousin at the time
what grade
was
were you
maybe.
in?
I don't want to say that.
Okay.
I was very young though. This is very, very young.
Okay.
I was very young. I hadn't met you yet, and I met you in 8th grade. Let's just put it that way. This was like a few years before that. A few years. All right. So my cousin at the time, who I'm sure you've met, very cool guy, very suave. He came up to visit us in Mississippi. And when he found out that I had been dating someone, he was very proud because he had been trying to get me to update my style. Like, he would take me to the mall and all these things. Like, he was always trying to get me to be more confident when it came to the fairer sex. And I've always had a hard time with it. But being in a new place, feeling like I was reinventing myself and all that good stuff, I went ahead and I did follow his advice, and I did try, and kudos to me. I landed the girl, and I was so proud. He was so proud that he decided to give me some pointers. And like, basically what he kept saying to me was, now we need to get you from just holding hands. We need to elevate it. You got to hook up with this girl now. Like, you have to hook up with her. Let's work on that. Let's get you there and all that stuff. So in my head, I'm thinking hook up means kiss. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, that makes sense. You go from holding hands to kissing. That makes sense, right? And he's like, yeah. We're going to get you to hook up with this girl. We're going to get you to hook up with this girl. I don't see anything. I don't see the big deal. So when I go to school, I'm trying these different things he's telling me. He's giving me like different types of clothes to wear. He was the one that told me, he told me, oh, when you wear stripes, don't wear solids with it. Wear checkered pants because the clashing will have people focus on you. Like that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like clash your styles and all this kind. So get noticed, that kind of thing. And so I go to school and I'm trying these different things that he's telling me what to do and all that stuff. And I'm striking out fairly hard. Like, she's not picking up what I'm putting down because she's not like trying to kiss me or whatever. So I'm like, all right, fuck, it's failing. I'm just going to be honest. I'm like, I think we should take our relationship to the next level. I think we should hook up. And she was like, oh, that sounds cool. But I have this thing that I like. And if you could do that, then yeah, we could start hooking up. And I was like, hell yeah, I could do that. Like, I got somebody back home that's coaching me basically at this point. Like, that's going to be amazing. This girl says to me, like
the fucking hesitation is fucking hilarious.
Dude, my chest is being so, because it's like very specific thing that I'm only assuming that like one person's ever done. I'm assuming it's her, and I feel bad saying it because I feel like she'd be able to be traced because of it. It's so specific. All right. This girl says to me, I want you to come on my scrunchie and let it dry on your windowsill and then bring it back to school for me. She likes the smell of it. She wears it in her hair. That's how you know who her boyfriend is. I thought that was odd, but I was like, sure. All right. Whatever. What? And it's like the poofy scrunchies, right? Like the poofy scrunchies. Yeah, like chiz on it, right? And so
oh shit. Well, I would have never in the life of me would have figured something like that out. That is very specific.
very, very specific. So I was like, all right, I can do this.
Oh my God.
So, and this is where things get a little graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now is where things get a little graphic.
Everyone listening, close your eyes. Close your eyes and ears. Oh my God. We'll get to it. What the fuck? Over here with the suspension. Or the suspense,
sorry.
I mean.
Sorry, can you hear me again?
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. Yeah. As I mentioned, I'm very young. I know what sex is. I don't know the anatomy of what it entails. So I'm like, yeah, I can do that for you. I don't know what the fuck that means. So I go home and I ask my cousin what it means. He tells me what jerking off is, how to do it, gives me a tub of Vaseline. It's like, go ahead, bro. Like, you said yes. Go ahead. And I'm like, all right. I go in the bathroom with the scrunchie and I try to rub one out. I really do, bro. I try as hard as I fucking can. And I'm literally in there. Nothing happens though. Nothing comes out. I'm too young to make semen. I'm too young to make sperm. I don't know that though. So now I'm freaking out because this girl's gonna break up with me because I can't come on her fucking thing. I'm like, what is going on? I can't do it. So I call my cousin and I'm like, hey man, it's not working right. It's not working. And so I'm sorry for saying this if you listen, bro, but my younger brother Donovan was like, man, let me try. So I'm like, all right, I give him the scrunchie. He goes in the bathroom. Being the good brother that he is, he tries to jizz in his scrunchie for me. But he's younger than me, so nothing comes out. He can't make sperm either. My cousin was not gonna. He was like, no, I did ask. I asked my cousin to do it for me. I was like, surely you're old enough. And he said no. He's like, no, I'm not doing that.
This is where I draw the line.
Yeah, he was like, this is where I draw the line. So he didn't do it for me or whatever. But obviously she broke up with me because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. But this kind of fucked me up for a little while because my introduction to masturbation, this is why I said it's the worst sexual experience I ever had, because my introduction to masturbation wasn't for pleasure. I thought something was wrong with me, and I would go in the bathroom every day after school, and I would try to jerk off into the toilet. And every time that I couldn't, I would come back out, and I'd be very disappointed in myself. So, like, now when I have sex, if I don't come, like I Pavlov's training. So to this day, if I have sex and I don't ejaculate, I immediately feel like shit.
What a good story.
Oh, sorry.
What a good story. Yes. Oh my God. I didn't see the twists and turns in that one. I really did.
So I didn't want to because last time I started to tell, I said her name, I said my age, I said what part of the country we were living in, I said the name of the high school. I just felt like once I say this girl to have you jizz in her thing, and I was like, that's no way somebody's not gonna figure that out.
Oh
so
my God. That is great. That is great. That's staying. Yeah. I'm not cutting that.
I don't know. We're going to talk about it after. We'll talk about it after the show, bro. No. It might have to go on Patreon. Let's maybe put it on Patreon. Maybe we'll put it on Patreon. Limit who gets to see it.
No, real talk. Because like my story is not even close, bro. Not even close. I can't come up with something that good. Like you fucking you one up me, man. I can't. Even if I tell my story, it's not even worth it.
Is that a one-up?
Yeah.
It's not a one-up on anything, no.
Yeah. Completely, man. Completely. I can't even think of something that... I mean, I could tell you... Okay. All right. How about this? How about... if we don't cut that story, to supplement the story, I'll talk about the first time that I jerked off and how embarrassing that was for me, because it was just as not as I mean, it's still embarrassing. It's still embarrassing.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. It's not
Can
like
we
I
come
got
to that
caught
agree?
outside.
So we can come to that
I'm
agreement.
cool with that.
Okay.
Okay,
cool.
yeah, that's
okay.
fair. And
Right.
one of our stories though is going live on the podcast, and the other one will go on the Patreon. Can we do that? That way, because I don't want what to happen is I don't want you to Jedi mind trick me. And what happens is like, oh, well, my story wasn't as good, so let's cut it and put yours out there, and then yours never sees the light of day. So
no. I was thinking that this whole thing goes in. This whole thing stays in.
All of it.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm cool
even
with
this
that.
whole conversation, even this conversation we're having
this
now.
part.
Yeah, all of it. So people can see the back and forth that we have when we record this fucking podcast.
How much I'm a little bitch, and I'm like, no, don't put that in though. I didn't want to say that. I didn't mean to say that. Cut it.
All right, I'll tell you my story. This is the second story time. All right.
Let's go.
So this is funny because you know this person. So this is what makes it. It'll probably make it funnier for you. So I was a super late bloomer, and I never masturbated. I never did any of that stuff for like a super long time. So my first introduction to anything like that was always with like girls. Actually, I never had any kind of sexual experience by myself. Like I would watch porn and stuff, and I would get turned on, but I didn't know what masturbating was. I didn't know what it was, you know? So I never did it, right? So as a late bloomer, a lot of my experiences happened in the most awkward way possible, and this is kind of what happened to me. So if you remember, around this time, and I'm not going to say how old I was or anything like that, but you'll know how old I was. Do you remember that there was this girl that at one point there was a note that was written not by me, and she received it, and it was a breakup letter from me, and it like embarrassed her, and it was this whole thing, right?
Yes, I do remember that very clearly.
Okay. That's a whole nother story.
That's a story for another day.
That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. But before that letter was written, before all that happened, we were like I guess what you'd say dating, just like you were, right? Like it doesn't mean anything. You just say you are, and you don't even go out.
Yeah.
So we would talk on the phone and stuff like that. And so mind you, she was a grade below me. But she was already way more knowledgeable about stuff than I was. Okay. So I she went to a different school, but the schools weren't far from us. They were just a couple blocks away, and her home specifically was like in between the schools. Mm-hmm. So one day the bell rings, we're going home, and I had plans to go over her house and to go see her. So I said bye to you guys, and then I went over there. I don't even think I told you guys the truth where I was going, because I'm not like that. I never like talk about that stuff. So I'm sure I didn't tell you guys. In fact, I didn't tell you guys because you don't know this story.
Yeah, I don't know the story.
So I go to her house, and this is kind of like my first time kind of being alone with a girl. Her mom wasn't home, and we were like hanging out in her room, and like we started like making out and stuff, and like I didn't know how to kiss really, and so it was like this sloppy mess of like spit and drool.
Yeah.
And then like it became like, okay, well, we're kissing too much now, so do I do something else? So then, so then I was like, okay, I guess I'll suck your titties or something. So then, but it was funny because I remember just how slimy it all was, and like I left my after breath like on her tits and stuff like that, because like like I didn't have any mints or anything, so I could smell my breath on her, and it was just gross, you know. And so we're doing all that. we're like making out. We're making out, and her fucking cats won't stop fucking nipping at my feet, man. And so her cats won't leave us alone. So I'm trying to fucking focus here, man. And I'm fucking have a raging heart on. I'm trying to fucking focus, and her cats are like fucking like all over my feet. And like all in my face, and I think I'm like semi-allergic, and I'm getting all like sneezy and stuff. And I don't know what I was doing, and I don't know where we were going. I had no destination. I had no idea what was going on. So it just from one moment to the next, she just puts her hand down my pants and just starts jerking me off. And that's never happened to me, right? So it was this kind of like sensation of shock and what's gonna happen, and she's just jerking me off like a pro, man. Like she's done this before.
I know where I got this.
She just took over. She literally was petting her cat with the other hand. So she's like jerking me off. She's jerking me off. And sure enough, I fucking jizz. And this was the second time in my life that I've ever like jizzed. Yeah, this was the second time I ever jizzed in my life that I was awake. Right? Because before that, I was just wet dreams. And the first time I jizzed was like that's a whole nother story, but it wasn't even by a girl touching me. I was just so fucking, the hormones on a teenager are insane. So then I fucking came in my pants.
Like, she didn't take your dick out, she just put her hand down.
Yeah. So it was like glob of jizz in my pants, and then like not even, I can't imagine, it couldn't have been more than, I don't know, a couple minutes. And she's like, my mom's gonna be home any minute or whatever. And I'm like, okay, yeah, my mom's got to pick me up at school, so she thinks I'm like, you know, whatever. So then I'm walking back to school, and I'm crossing the street, and then I'm just like, this huge fucking piss stain of a semen glob that went through my jeans. It went through my jeans, and it was like, dude, it was a lot, man. It was a lot of jizz. So I had to walk back to school with jizz covered jeans, man, and I couldn't hide. Like, I tried to hide it, and this was at the time, my stupid ass would always leave my book bag and all my shit in my locker. Mm-hmm. So I hated carrying anything. So I sure as fuck didn't have a book bag, and I was walking back like with just like jizz stained pants. And I don't remember if like the embarrassment, like I blocked out like whatever embarrassment happened, but I don't remember getting to school and how I don't remember after that. I just remember the walk to school, and I'm like, someone's going to see me. Some of my friends are going to see me. What if Jarvis sees me? What if Anthony sees me? How am I going to hide my jizz pants? And like, I'm freaking out.
How am I going to hide my jizz pants?
and then that's it. That was the first time I ever the first time I ever got jerked off and came, and that was the first time like that. It was just like that. Thank you.
That's great. That was a great story, and that's such a coming of age story. It really is. Literally, it really like literally not.
No pun intended. No pun intended.
Because you really don't know how to handle those situations. Like I can't imagine what you were thinking when she was jerking you off. You weren't thinking like, oh, maybe I should get a sock or a towel or some napkins to clean up afterwards. Or just take it out. And better out than in, I always say. You know, like, come on.
And you know what's worse? That after that, I still didn't learn my lesson because I was with other
your pants more than once.
Yes. And that's a story for another time.
Look, man. Oh, I can't hate on you, bro, because I jerked off out of frustration for like 2 years. So I can't even hate on you, Oh, that's fucking great. It's fucking great.
And that's it for today's episode of Friends Partying in Hell. And thank you so much to all the heathens that are listening to us. Please, if you got this far, leave us a review, leave us a rating on whatever platform you listen to us. It would really help us a lot. And also, don't forget, we have a Patreon now. So thank you so much, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.